silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive for the day we see new light. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Hello, hello, hello. Sorry if that was pretty indulgent. I just wanted to watch the the intro cinematic thing. Yeah, I think there's not a lot of game left, so there's a high probability that we'll intermiss at some point, and switch over and start MGS4. So this might be like a double feature stream. But that said, there is quite a lot of cutscene.
Oh, you can show the Secret Theatre. That's another question.
The Secret Theatre is not in the HD collection.
What?
Yeah,
What?
unfortunately. We could get it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's an extremely long Secret Theatre scene, which is Raiden getting beaten up at all different parts of the story because he's like time traveled and keeps creating time paradoxes, which is hysterically funny. It's not that good.
That's good.
But it's just like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a historical document of how much people hated Raiden. That
Yeah.
they were like, that's what they wanted to see. They just wanted to see him like get beaten up. But there are some pretty good ones. Like there's one of the boss and Snake like playing rock paper scissors, which is pretty funny. Yeah. Meatomaton. What about Metal Gear Survive? We don't talk about Metal Gear Survive.
That's next on the docket with the best after MGS4. straight in.
I mean, I'd probably sooner play Metal Gear Survive than I would Metal Gear Solid 5 again.
Yeah.
Just because it's different, you know. Right, what's this about?
Snake, are you alright?
I've been better.
What about Eva?
I healed her up. She can manage.
Good.
About
Snake,
himself,
you'll
he's
take
like,
the lead and break
oh,
through the
I'm
enemy's
feeling
line
pretty
of
under the weather.
defense.
How about Eva? She got
Eva
impaled.
will
Ah,
ordinarily
she'll be
follow
alright.
Yeah, she's got
Lie on your
water.
belly, she'll lie down as well. If you slip and fall off a cliff, she'll follow right behind. You can call out to Eva by pressing the action button.
I'm going to
Head
make a
to the
call
lake
out
along
to
with
Eva
Eva.
on my twitter.com. Right. So she doesn't remember me like doing a CQC grab on her because that never happened. I think all my food will have rotted, will it not? Not that I even had that much, to be honest. Yeah, there we go. All flies all over it. Get rid of my vampire bat and my mushroom. No. The frogs, though. So yeah, here's the reason why you capture things live, is they stay nice and fresh.
Yeah.
So you got to assume Snake's feeding them.
Yeah.
I just love the idea of him like nursing a little tree frog in his little cage. But yeah, there's only like 2 screens of this. I think people like don't like this part of the game because it can be quite hard if you don't sort of know how to get through it pretty fast. But if you do, and hopefully things are going to go according to plan, that this part of the game can be super fast. I don't need that. I don't need that. I will keep that for now. Oh, do we? Yeah, we've got a book. Mark 22. Yeah, I think we're good. So yeah, you want to like just don't want to go like too far out of line of sight with Eva, because otherwise I think she does get a bit confused and doesn't know where to go. And her hunger meter depletes extremely quickly, so we're going to need to grab some snakes to feed her. I could give her the Russian ration actually. I may do that. I've forgotten how close you need to be to feed her. Right.
That's tasty.
Well, that's good, Snake, but I actually wanted to give that to Eva. Right, Eva. There we go.
Can I have seconds?
No.
No.
No. What do you think I am? You think I'm made of snakes? Excuse me, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. I don't remember this level of eco, Zephyrian. Yeah, this is sort of very, like, eco-pilled of, like, you know, carrying someone around or, like, leading them around. Yoda's actually a lot more independent than Eva is in this. I don't remember this piece of music at all.
Yeah. This part of the game, I don't remember much of this.
Right.
Well, not the whole part, but this bit between the 2 very exciting sections.
So with those books there, hopefully I should just be able to run this way. Yeah. They've spotted one of the books. Damn, getting caught up on a tree. Don't think you even necessarily need to put the books down, but I always do as a kind of insurance policy.
You know, pulling one out for the lads.
You are enjoying the books. I should probably put some better camouflage on. Leaf. And yeah, face is good. Yeah, this section doesn't need to be hard. The map is not like it's a bit sort of windy and twisty. But if, like me, you played this game millions of times, you know how to run just directly to the end, and there you go.
There you
go. The next screens are a little harder because there are guards we're going to have to contend with. Snake really is just telling her to walk it off, isn't he? Yeah. He, like, about himself, he's like, well, I'm feeling a little under the weather. but then Eva, she'll be alright. She's been impaled, and we've like pulled her off the thing that was impaling her. But...
Snake walked off losing an eye pretty fast, so maybe
That's
expect the
true.
same of all his troops.
Yeah. Right. There's a bunch of guys sneaking around here. Whoops. Right, I don't think they can actually call any reinforcements, so we don't need to worry too much.
Who's that?
Why can't I see anything? Ugh. Damn it, now they're all coming. Right, this has gone back. I don't know why they took so many darts to take down. Why are they not dying?
Not sneaky. Full stomachs.
Maybe, yeah. Right. That didn't quite go as smoothly as I wanted it to. I probably shouldn't have shot these guys that were sneaking away. But I'm glad all they're unconscious now, because it will make this next section a bit easier. Oh, there you go, Keratan. The only reason this part of the game sort of drags is because Eva's very slow. Yeah, have a rush. Actually, have a tree frog.
This tastes like crap.
I'll have another.
You can have seconds of this, no problem.
Yeah. Do you want a ration then?
What did you give me?
Picky. Well, I'm not giving you the Tsuchinoko, so get that out of your head.
Didn't even say anything. Does Zero have a reaction if you feed the Tsuchinoko to Eva instead of eating it yourself?
I don't know. I've never tried. Because I think I usually capture it with the intent to actually get the reward. Right. It's just a matter of remembering where everyone is here. Right, I think that should be the last guy. But have a quick recce in thermal vision. Oh! Well, in for a penny, in for a pound, Eva. Come on.
Not gonna catch it.
Well, we're basically at the end now. Oh, hi. Fancy meeting you here.
Freeze.
Eva. Fraternize with the enemy later. Now I want to make sure I'm well made up for meeting Mom. I'm gonna need this. There we go. Very dignified. Silk, how true warriors dress. Yes. The androgynous Oyama. So yeah, that section can go a lot smoother, and but it doesn't have to be super long, and it doesn't have to turn into an all-out gunfight, which is how I think I got through it on my first playthrough. Just kill everyone. Oh, suddenly we can run.
Come on, Snake.
Cool toy on the horizon.
Woodabird never got the sneaking suit. Yeah, it's in the locker you hide Rykov in.
Over there.
Like when you go back to Groznygrad. And it's crazy powerful because it just halves all incoming
That's the
damage.
boss, isn't it?
And I think it's one of the ones you get to keep
I'll
for
go
New
get the
Game
wig
Plus
ready
as
to
well.
take off.
So
Right.
I'll leave you two alone. But come back in one piece, okay? Promise
oh,
me.
did you see that like weird effect on the water?
It's like half sparkly.
Well, it's half sparkly, but also like
Extends.
it had like a weird sort of like water effects in games seem to mess up a lot. God, Snake in the makeup and the tight suit with CCCP on it. Be still my heart. Yeah, he really is the ideal man.
Life's end. Isn't it beautiful? It's almost tragic. When life ends, it gives off a final lingering aroma. Light is but a farewell gift from the darkness to those on their way to die. I've been waiting, Snake, for a long time. Waiting for your birth, your growth, and the finality of today.
Boss. Why are you doing this?
Why? To make the world one again.
I've been writing a video essay.
The world used to be whole. But with the end of the Second World War, the philosophers began to fight amongst themselves, and the world was torn apart. The Cobras, my comrades who trained and fought alongside me, were torn apart as well.
Yeah, I wonder
The
who did that.
foibles of politics and the march of time can turn friends into enemies just as easily as the wind changes. Ridiculous, isn't it? Yesterday's ally becomes today's opposition. And this Cold War? Think back. When I was leading the Cobras, America and Russia were fighting together. Now, consider whether America and Russia will still be enemies in the 21st century. Somehow I doubt it. Enemies
Well.
change with the times, the flow of the
I don't know
ages.
about
The
that.
soldiers are forced to play along. I didn't raise you and shape you into the man you are today just so we could face each other in battle. A soldier's skills aren't meant to be used to
I
hurt
love
friends.
the way it looks like Snake's biting his lip.
So then what is an enemy? Is there such a thing as an absolute timeless enemy? There is no such thing, and never has been. And the reason is that our enemies are human beings like us. They can only be our enemies in relative terms. The world must be made whole again.
Get a
The
load of the
philosophers
centrist
must
over
be
here.
Yeah.
united. I will devote my skills to that purpose. And with the Colonel's money, I will achieve that end. Just as I once created the Cobras. They are my family. I may no longer be able to bear children, but I still have a family.
Why doesn't
It
the
was
boss
November
simply
1st,
vote for her one world
1951.
government? Is she stupid?
I was
So
in the
true.
Nevada
Yeah, if she's
desert
really so unhappy
participating
with
in atomic
the
testing.
way soldiers are made to fight each other, why doesn't she simply vote out the
The
president?
name Nevada is derived from Spanish. Covered in snow, white as snow. And snow is exactly what I saw in that Nevada desert. It froze my blood white. Snake, you were an atomic test subject, weren't you? on Bikini Atoll. That's part of the reason I was drawn to you. You and I are alike. We're both slowly being eaten away by the karma of others.
Little postcard for all the.
We'll never have the chance to die
all test
peacefully of
subjects.
old age. We have no tomorrow. But we can
I
still
survived
have hope.
Bikini Atoll, and all I got was this lousy postcard.
In 1960, I saw a vision of the ideal future from space.
You were
3
Sputnik?
years earlier, the Soviet Union had succeeded in launching Sputnik, the first man-made satellite in history, into orbit. This came as a huge shock to the United States. In response, America threw everything it had into its own manned spaceflight project, the Mercury program. Even as the Soviets seemed poised to send their first man into space, America was still experimenting with chimpanzees and rockets. The government wanted human data. So they secretly decided to send a human being into space.
That was a
I was the one
human
they
data. That
chose.
was in like Nemesis, right?
At the time, they didn't have the technology to block out cosmic
Little Star
rays,
Trek joke
and
for-
whoever
Thank
they
you, thank
sent
you.
up
For all the
would
Trekkies
inevitably
in the
be
chat.
exposed to heavy radiation. That's why they chose me. After
Oh,
all,
come
I
on.
already had it
Tough crowd.
Of course, you won't find any of this in the history books. I could see the planet as it appeared from space. That's when it finally hit me. Space exploration is nothing but another game in the power struggle between the US and the USSR. Politics, economics, the arms race, they're all just arenas for meaningless competition. I'm sure you can see that, but the Earth itself has no boundaries. No East, no West, no Cold War.
Snapper, they beat the Russians
And the
but didn't
irony of
report it
is,
because she was
the
a woman.
United States and the Soviet
Yeah,
Union are
they
spending
just hated to see a
billions
girl
on their
boss
space
winning.
programs and the missile race, only to arrive at the same conclusion. In the 21st century, everyone will be able to see that we are all just inhabitants of a little celestial body called Earth.
Again, some of these takes
A
not
world
necessarily
without
aging so
communism
well.
Or capitalism.
This is yeah,
That is
very
the
end
world
of
I
history
wanted to
told.
see.
Like,
Yeah.
But reality continued to betray me. In 1961, I was sent to Cuba, to Bahia de Cochinos.
I've been everywhere. You know?
Yeah, like the
It was
boss
part of the
really is,
CIA-sponsored
the woman for all
invasion,
seasons.
Yeah.
under
She's
the
been
guise of
everywhere
taking Cuban
at every
exiles back to
major
their country.
historical event during her life.
But the U.S. government betrayed them. Our weak-kneed president held back their air support.
Weak-kneed
Defenseless,
president.
the exiles were annihilated by the Cuban army. All I could do was watch in silence.
We would have fucking invaded Cuba so
I
easily
was
if it
set
wasn't
up
for our
by the
weak new
very country
president.
I'd sacrificed
I
so
was
much
fucking
for.
absolutely
By the
ready
very
to go
government
and
I
suppress a
dedicated my
Cuban
life to
revolution,
defending.
but they wouldn't send me in.
I was driven from the surface world,
Put
and
me
I
in
went
coach.
underground.
Yeah, put me in
Then,
coach.
2 years ago, I faced the sorrow, my old comrade in battle. He was my friend. But one of us had to die. I was left with no choice. The sorrow gave his life for me. There is
I'm
no enmity
very
between
pleased Woodaba has had
One must
a
live,
like
and one must die.
has done the
That was
Kojima
the
thing
mission.
of like capitalizing but also
ones
like
who gave
putting
me
things
that
in air
mission were the
quotes.
philosophers.
Like there was he tweeted about Zone of Interest and he
Early
like
in
it
the
was an
20th
absolutely
century,
demented
the
tweet
true
because the
rulers of
words he
power
chose
in
to
the
put
United
in quote
States,
tweets
the Republic
in
of
quote
China,
quote marks.
and the newly
It
formed
was like he was
Soviet
like
Union
this
gathered
this
together
movie
in a
asks us
secret
all to
meeting
reflect
that
on
would
our
later
own
be known
like or
as
the,
the Wiseman's
asks us
Committee.
asks
The
us all to
secret pact
confront
they
the
formed there
Holocausts
was to
in our
defeat
life or
Oh,
something
God.
like that. It was
But the
cursed
last
tweet.
of the original members died in the 1930s. After that, the organization began to run out of control, and the Wiseman's Committee degenerated into a mere shell of its former self. The philosophers of today have no sense of good or evil. Their influence extends
Can't
to
you find the
countries
Sorrow
and
skeleton in the game?
organizations
Dylan
involved in
Espresso? Yes,
every
you can.
aspect of every war.
In
They
the
have become
end of the
war
Virtuous
itself.
mission, if you look to the left
That's how
of
they
where
operate.
Snake is when he's
The
injured.
sacrifices of war cause a shift
Zephyrian,
in the times.
paramedic
This shift
listening to this
leads
conversation.
renewed
He was
conflict,
my
and in
Nakama.
turn triggers
Translates
the
the
next
notes.
war.
Nakama means friend.
Like a nuclear chain reaction, each conflict sparks countless others,
Fucking
forming an
Anjin
endless
from
spiral that will
Shogun.
continue on
I would
for
very much like to
eternity.
be your Nakama,
Do you understand what
not
I'm
your
saying, Snake?
techie.
By consuming me and you, the philosophers intend to keep that cycle going forever. It was my father who explained all of this to me.
True, whatever. Yeah, this is just like the boss
He was
being
one
like,
of them.
the people who used to run the world were
You
great.
see,
Yeah.
And these new
I am the
new
last
guys,
remaining
they suck.
child
They
of the
fucking
philosophers.
suck.
Which is amazing that the point of her
But
own
after he
speech seems to
revealed the
fly over
truth,
her head.
My father was killed by that same shapeless, formless organization. And my father isn't the only thing the philosophers have taken from me. In June of 1944, the Cobras and I took part in the landing at Normandy. We'd been given a
That's
top
right, I
secret
was there
mission
too.
to locate
Was
and
the Fury
destroy
there?
enemy V2 rocket
Given that he
installations.
hadn't been into space yet, what was his deal?
Just a
I
guy,
was
you know.
pregnant this time.
Kept the faith. He had a
Sorrow
spacesuit
was
on
the
even
father.
before he went to space.
I gave birth on the field of battle. A beautiful baby,
The ambivalent.
Ambivalent.
but my child was snatched away from me by the philosophers.
He was the chill at that point,
Mm.
and he was like into ice as his thing.
Yeah. Took all that ice to space with him and it melted as he re-entered. No,
This is
that's how it
proof that
became.
I-
I'm raging.
I gave up my body and my child for my country.
Themically, I love her
There is
like
nothing left
her
inside me now.
like cesarean scar that
Nothing
goes
at all.
right up to her heart and looks like
No
a snake
hatred,
coiled on
not
her
even
body. I think
regret.
that's very cool, but it
Mm.
also
And yet
sort of doesn't
sometimes
make
at
a lot of
night,
sense.
I can
Why do they
still
need to
feel
open
the
her rib
pain
cage?
creeping up inside me, slithering through my body like a snake.
This is the Fury's handiwork.
I've never talked this much about myself before. Thanks. Thanks for listening to me. I feel content.
Size of those tears.
Snake,
It's like
Power of the PlayStation 2, baby.
Studio
the
Ghibli
operation.
tears there, right?
Mm.
Right there.
I raised you. I loved you.
Right, anyway,
I've
carpet
given you
bomb this
weapons,
place.
taught you techniques, endowed you with knowledge. There is nothing more for me to give you. All that's left for you to take is my life, by your own hand. One must die, and one must live. No victory, no defeat. The survivor will carry on the fight. It is our destiny. The one who survives will inherit the title of boss. And the one who inherits the title of boss will face an existence of endless battle.
Battle.
I'll give you 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, Miggs will come and bomb the hell out of this place. If you can beat me in less than 10 minutes, you'll be able to escape in time. Let's make this the greatest 10 minutes of our lives, Jack.
Boss.
You're a soldier. Finish your mission. Prove your loyalty. Face me. Let's see what you're made of.
Oh,
Cooked.
I also should have unequipped my weapon.
Heads up, Snake.
Damn. There are 3 snakes in this arena called Liquid, Solid, and Solidus. Which is very fun.
Excellent, Jack.
I think when I fought
Why do
the
I have the
boss,
silencer equipped?
I did not manage to successfully counter any CCTVs. It was all just like sniper each other with the Trent pistol.
I mean, that's a legit way to be. Oh, there's one of the snakes.
Yeah.
Here I come.
Camera's a bit weird for this one.
You're better than I remember.
Oh, don't get a third one. Okay.
You've gotten stronger. There you are. Let's see what you're made of.
Oh, damn. Right in the breasts. Damn. I've run out of ammo.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm noticing.
So you can use the thermal goggles to look for boxes of ammo and stuff. Otherwise,
Brace yourself.
where's she coming from? There. Ah, damn it.
You'd better run.
Oh yeah, I don't have any more of those.
Yeah, the problem we're having.
So if you take too long in this, it starts playing Snake Eater, which I used to dislike, but I kind of don't mind anymore. Oh, I'm pressing the button way too early. What am I doing?
Thing is, it plays it and as soon as you use sense, it's the end of the time limit, and you kind of want to let the song play out into the fight. But if you do, you're fine.
Your skills have improved.
There we go. And the last camouflage, Snake, which I think just has like good camo everywhere, provides the ultimate cover in any environment. It says that, it doesn't mean that, but it's just got like decent camo basically everywhere, and I think it also has good stats when you're like crouched, or like helps you crawl faster or something. Yeah, let's wear that. And that's how you beat the boss. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
JRPG stance there. You know,
So the trick to that is that you're meant to press the button as you hear Snake grunt. But basically you need to preempt that she's going to grab you. And if you've got your gun equipped, she sometimes takes your gun off you and like throws the item away. So you have to go and pick up your gun again.
Keep it safe.
you can have my credit card.
It's our only hope.
This maybe
Patriot.
American can buy enough bombs to finally
Why
have
are
the
you
most
giving me
bombs.
this?
Jack. Or should I say, Snake. You're a wonderful man. Kill me. Kill me now. Do it. There's only room for one boss and one snake.
Boss, you died serving cunt. Just thought you should know. So yeah, the game makes you do it. You have to push square.
Oh no. Do a sweet spinning bullet from the Patriot.
Oh, I didn't push it in time. I've never seen this happen before.
Whoa. You okay? Have you lost control?
It
you're,
seems so, yeah.
you're mashing the fire button and yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Seem to be mapped to a different button. What if you waited 8 minutes and it blew you up?
You press R1 on the HD version, apparently.
Right.
What you were hesitating about releasing it was just figuring out. Forgot how to shoot a gun. Yeah, I was like, how do I work this thing? Is the trigger on? Is it on the other end than usual?
Boss, I remembered the basics of CQC, but can you remind me how to fire a gun again?
Calling Sigan, and he's like, "You just got a Patriot."
Oh, you can see the boss and the sorrow if you press R1 at that point. Oh, I forgot about that. Not a good time, Epona. Can you come back later? So, funny thing about that horse you meet again in Peace Walker. Same horse,
Return
apparently.
of the horse, yeah.
Yeah, made its way from Russia to South America.
Yeah.
Ready to go, Snake? Are you okay? Snake?
Yeah.
The horse sitting on a plane to Nicaragua reading a magazine. I don't know what. Such a good image for me. Licking its hoof into the page.
I told you you could trust me.
Yeah.
Snake!
Of course, he's spinning a gun as he arrives.
Ocelot!
We're not done yet.
Damn!
That'll buff out. It's fine.
Boy. Yeah, get him up against the wall.
Too heavy!
Snake, I need attention. It really is a cat boy.
I have to show you more cool gun tricks. When I'm done, yeah. Now we're flying across like Lake Superior. The amount of time it takes us to cross it.
Yeah.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
think it's very funny that like he damaged the engines so that they're like, oh, we can't fly with 3 people on board. 2 is fine,
Yeah.
but we need to get rid of exactly an Ocelot and
I mean,
they have to wait
Yeah.
to, well, to take off.
That's a part of his revolver powers.
This music rules a little bit. Yes, this is a very cool track. I think it's also the track that plays at the end of
I mean, that would still
This
hurt.
Shaggoth
Like
fight.
being jabbed in your eye socket wound.
Yeah.
There's no eye though. More for you.
Yeah, that wound I received yesterday, that doesn't hurt at all because there's no eye in there.
I
you
picked
you
up
dunce.
a few new moves.
The skull actually like regenerates bone that was never there before behind the eye socket. So
It doesn't feel right to shoot an unarmed man.
what? Yeah.
But I'll get over it.
Good question from Social Sin about which can you pick the right gun or which gun are you going to choose? 'Cause you've played out.
I think I've
There's like
forgotten which
4
way.
possible like.
Yeah. So I think I want to pick the wrong gun because I like I like Ocelot's reaction.
What do you say to one last showdown?
Yeah, all right.
So it's like, well, 3 possible outcomes, I guess. 'Cause it's pick the wrong gun, pick the right gun and shoot, pick the right gun and don't shoot.
You can also pick the right gun and purposefully miss,
Oh yeah. So yeah, 4th.
but I think it is basically the
Same
same.
as not
I think
shooting,
if you pick the right gun and miss, it is a real bullet and it hits next to Ocelot, and he's like, haha, you missed, you fool. But we are going purely on my
Maybe the
sort of
most
like,
restrained juggling Ocelot does the whole game.
yeah. Just watch
Should like
those.
then spin it, like spin the ball, you know, at the end.
What's your name?
Eva.
Snake.
No, not that name.
No, not that name. You're not a snake, and I'm not an ocelot. We're men with names. My name is Adamska.
Adam, that's
What's
familiar.
yours?
What was the when did I hear that name? This mission.
Very well, John. Plain name. But I won't forget it.
My name is Triple X
Come
Cumboy
on.
420 Triple X.
No, not that name.
Now we're going purely off my sort of like muscle memory that I think this is the gun that doesn't have any bullets in it. I could be wrong about that. But just in case, I'm not going to pull the trigger.
Picked the right gun.
Damn. Well, we can watch the other versions of this in the theatre afterwards.
Looks like your luck has beat mine again. Why
Just got
didn't you
lucky
pull the
every
trigger?
single time.
Ah, well. Till we meet again, John.
Tuck and roll, I'm sure you'll be fine. And like take off velocity for whatever vehicle this is. Why didn't you pull the trigger? Meaningful cut to Snake's gay cunty ass makeup. So yeah, if you pick the right gun, or if you pick the gun on the right, he shoots you. Well, he pulls the trigger and it goes off, and Snake winces. But then he reveals that it's a blank all along.
Blank.
It's a blank. That's such an ugly laugh.
Snake laughing like he's in pain. Like,
We made it.
Yeah, we sure did.
That's the face I make when I stub my toe.
still here, by the way.
Boss is eating her.
Finally, I will gain the human's knowledge.
Tidus ass laugh.
Oh no.
Snapper, so the bullet that jammed the gun right at the start of the game was a blank. Possibly. It's
Or he
not
switched it
clear
out
whether
for a
he,
blank at some
yeah,
point,
whether he
yeah.
switched it out for a blank just for, shits and giggles.
There's no way out. What are we gonna do?
We've come too far to let them stop us now. Those things have got to be armed.
It's no use. There's no way we can outmaneuver them. They're gonna shoot us down. We were so close.
Weapon systems on.
Locked on target. I got tone.
You were great, Eva.
Huh?
Thanks.
He looked like the greedy grinner for a second there. His smile was so.
I heard I got Tone, and all I could think is the guy with a picture of Tony Soprano on his head.
Control, stand by for a direct order from the chairman. Bulk 19, return to base immediately. Do you read me? This is a direct order from Comrade Khrushchev. Return to base immediately. Bulk 19, do you
Only a
copy?
part of Brezhnev faction? And I forget it.
RTB.
I guess you still gotta listen to the boss man, even if you are part of his opposing
They're
faction.
turning back. Woo!
Well, I mean, I think that they weren't necessarily part of Volgin's
Those
faction.
were actual,
Yeah.
Red Army guys. Oh, I guess not Army. Air Force.
But they just see an unauthorized
Well
vehicle
done,
taking
Snake.
off.
The MiG's disengaged.
Most likely under orders from Khrushchev.
Is this his way of helping us?
Who knows? Maybe he didn't want things to get messier than they already are. Or maybe he just wanted us to owe him one. The important thing is, you made it out alive. As long as Khrushchev is with us, I don't think they'll be coming after you. It should be smooth sailing all the way to Alaska. I'm sending someone out to Galena Base to meet you.
To meet me?
The DCI and the President himself are waiting at Langley. Don't keep them waiting.
It's gonna be 24-hour journey or something like that. we're just gonna spend a weekend there.
No, I won't save because we're gonna go through all these cutscenes. Extra 2,000. He took his makeup off.
So what are you going to do now? Go back to the KGB?
What do you want me to do?
Did you ever think about coming back to America?
I can't go back. I've left America behind me.
But you saved this country.
I didn't do it alone.
And I still owe you a dinner.
Is that part of your mission too? Or is it an order?
Yeah, he's just doing smart skincare.
Is it
taking his makeup off.
or a proposal? I don't take orders from anyone now.
I'll never get red wine out of that carpet.
US Army property back then. Assume this is not just naked snakes like personal accommodations. There's animal skin rug. I don't know what animal that's supposed to be.
Yeah. Did they just decide they weren't going to shower and change their clothes? Aren't they still covered in radioactive dust from that nuke?
Well, the Virtuous Mission nuke was like a couple of days before, right?
There was another...
But there was another nuke.
Yeah, like the boss just fired
Yeah.
the nuke, right? Oh, now you've gone and bloody done it. These things are expensive, you know.
Also, just the fumes now.
Yeah,
I'm guessing
burning
the
like
chimney,
plastic.
but, yeah.
And...
This is why Snake passes out for so long. She poisons him with burnt radio. The khakis stay on. The eye patch stays on. The boots stay on as well. Fuck me. Just taps off and that's it.
Scholars
When
tell us that the
Snake gets
first
down
guy
and
in
dirty.
history was the snake in the book of Genesis. In that story, it was Eve who was tempted by the snake in the Garden of Eden. But this time around, it was I who tempted the snake and got away with the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Forgive me, Snake.
I mean, the forbidden fruit of a boatload of money.
Oh yeah, I saw someone say earlier, but we were in the middle of a cutscene. Happy Pride Month.
Yeah.
I think this music is also in MGS4 at certain points as well.
I hope you slept well. First of all,
I have to apologize. I wasn't sent by Khrushchev. I'm not a KGB spy, and I never worked for the NSA.
I'm an agent of the People's Republic of China for the General HQ 2nd Department of the People's Liberation Army. It was all a lie. I tricked you. And I'm sorry.
I kind of want the turtleneck like Snake has on this this portion of the story.
You should get a turtleneck.
Yeah, need it to go for my
Snake in the
Snake
lab coat
scientist
cosplay.
outfit. Yeah.
The philosophers still exist in China, too. You see, my mission was to find out where Volgan was hiding the philosopher's legacy and steal
Not just
it.
thermals. I guess it was chilly in here.
So I infiltrated his base as a KGB spy. The two NSA codebreakers who defected in 1960 were actually both men. The real Adam never showed up at the meeting place, saving me the trouble of having to eliminate him. I sneaked in by pretending I was Eva. And you and Sokolov and Volgan, you all believed me. The
Well, Volgan
philosopher's
didn't
legacy
believe you
was
were Eva
originally held in common
until,
between
well,
the US,
it's
the
quite
Soviet
late. He
Union, and China.
knew she was a spy.
We couldn't let the Russians and the Americans take
I mean,
it all for
Volgan believes
themselves.
anything that's fed to him, like
The
from the
Chinese
front.
government got its way in the legacy too. I got the film containing the legacy. And also the nuclear missile launch data from
The
the
NSA
Shadow
codebreakers are both men. The real Evo was a
5
femboy.
years ago, the Soviet Union stopped supplying us with nuclear weapons technology. Since then, China's Liaodong easing, hydrogen bomb, and space rocket projects have fallen behind. But with this data, our country will be able to develop its own nukes. We'll create a deterrent force to rival those of the US and Soviet Union.
Just remembering
Everything has
German
gone according
trying to
plan,
kiss the letter.
thanks to your help.
Oh yeah.
I too am one of the philosophers. I'm an agent of the philosophers, a graduate of one of their charm schools. I was raised in a joint US-Soviet-Chinese facility to become a sleeper agent. This was before the war. Back then, they were collecting children from all over the world. As a result, I'm indistinguishable from a native-born American. So it didn't surprise me when you and Volgan couldn't tell the difference.
In case any of you were gonna be like, well, wait a second, got it covered. I was actually selected from a sort of worldwide school for sleeper agents.
Yeah.
The boss was the only one I couldn't fool. She was the only one who knew I was a fake. She told me everything. Why did she open her heart to me like that? At the time, I couldn't understand it. But now, I think I do. Snake. She wanted you to know the truth. She chose me to tell you. That's why she saved my life. I've lied to you so many times, but not this time. My orders from the government were to obtain the legacy and to eliminate everyone who knew the truth about what happened. In other words, I'm supposed to kill you.
Stop. You'll create a time paradox.
But I can't do it. Not because we loved each other. And not because you saved my life. But because I made a promise to the boss. And I intend to keep
She must have given Snake some pretty heavy sleeping
Just wanted
pills,
you to
because he didn't hear the radio exploding in the fire.
You know, fumes from the radio. He's out for the count.
Yeah, as Woodard would point out, that's a great shot. I mean, like,
I
this,
said
I
before,
think
I
this
think the
game.
blocking of all the cutscenes is really nice.
Yeah, I think this game proves that Kojima has some extremely good like directing chops. It's a shame that they're
Death
so
Stranding.
squandered in Death Stranding.
Snake, listen to me. She didn't betray the United States. No. Far from it.
No.
She was a hero who
Idiot,
died for the
no.
country. She carried out her mission knowing full well what was going to happen. Self-sacrifice. Because that was her duty.
Snake kind of rocks a beret.
You are above even the boss. I hereby award you the title of Big Boss.
Everyone kept a straight face in the room for this.
You're like the boss, but even greater. You're the big boss.
True patriot.
A big patriot.
You are a big patriot. Hey, there's our guy.
He doesn't shake his hand. He's not named as such, but I believe that's supposed to be Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah, it's LBJ.
Yeah.
Gives him the handshake just for for Jumbo, you know. But he does not shake the hand of the
It's
director
like,
of
I'll
the CIA.
shake your hand in recognition of your enormous penis.
Yeah.
But I want it on record that my hesitation was about...
Worth noting, the
don't-
lead storyboarder was Takahiro Omori, who did not work on Death Stranding at all. At all. And I might explain it.
Right. Might explain why the cutscene quality dropped. may somewhat do.
We could use an infiltration unit like Fox in the army. Someone like him to handle our top secret sneaking missions for us. A man who combines the qualities of a soldier and an agent.
The boss's defection was a ruse set up by the US government. It was all a big drama staged by Washington so they could get their hands on the philosopher's legacy. And the boss was the star of the show. They planned it so that they could get the legacy that Colonel Volgin inherited and destroy the Shagohod at the same time. Only a legendary hero like the boss could have earned Volgin's trust.
Now, time to call my tailor. I've got to see if I can get the gusset loosened on my pants.
Going according to plan. But then something happened that no one could have predicted. Colonel Volgin fired an American-made nuclear warhead.
Fumbled the bag.
Khrushchev demanded that the U.S. government provide proof that it wasn't involved. They couldn't just abort the operation to steal the legacy. So the operation itself was greatly expanded and revised. The authorities in Washington knew that in order to prove its innocence, they'd have to get rid of the boss. And that one of their own would have to do the job. The public couldn't be allowed to find out about it. Not ever.
Scissors.
This, they concluded, would be the best way to keep the whole thing under wraps. The boss wouldn't be allowed to come back home alive. And she wouldn't be allowed to kill herself. Her life would be ended by her most beloved disciple. That was the way the government wanted it. That was the mission she was given, and she had no choice but to carry it out. Her death at your hands was a duty she had to fulfill. Out of duty, she turned her back on her own comrades. A lesser woman would have been crushed by such a burden. The taint of disgrace will follow her to her grave. Future generations will revile her. In America as a despicable traitor with no sense of honor. And in Russia as a monster who unleashed a nuclear catastrophe.
I mean, that one's kind of true.
Yeah, she did take nukes into Russia.
No one will ever understand her. That was her final mission. And like a true soldier, she saw it through to the end. But I think she wanted you, of all people, to know the truth. She wanted to live on in your memory. Not as a soldier,
Solider.
but as a woman.
Solider.
That's how the next snake gets the name.
She was forbidden to tell you herself. And that's why she told me.
Just leave that anywhere for a child to pick up and shoot his sister, you know.
History. You'll never know what she did.
Shoot its sister.
No one
Yeah.
her story. Her
You
debriefing
shouldn't be laughing in this section.
will endure only in your heart. Everything she did for her country. She sacrificed her life and her honor for her native land. She was a real hero.
First, it looks like it's gonna be the grave of the world, which is fucking. But then it's like, oh, okay,
Here lies the
Patriot, forget it.
I like that if you look in first person mode during this, Snake's all teary eyed. And he's like, I'm not moving the camera there. Silk, who would have known Volgin would use the nukes? He seems so careful and level-headed. I mean, a lot of this will be retconned in later games, Major Zero disbands Fox in 1970. Oh, that's interesting. Because we know that Fox was still operating in 1975, actually, via Portable Ops. Although Woodaber can probably, I think Woodaber's one of the few people in the world that's played Portable Ops, so can correct me on that. I never finished it because I wasn't enjoying it, but I have played a lot of Peace Walker. This song is also an absolute banger. Way to Fall by Star Sailor. In fact, that whole album is really good. But this song is.
You've got a way to fall.
Yeah, that's MGS3.
They'll tell you where to go.
We'll get to the end of the credits. I don't think we'll bother with the secret. Well, there's no secret theater in this version of the game, so we can't see any of the funny cutscenes. I think that's just like we'll take a 5-minute intermiss, and we'll switch over our setup.
Watch the first cutscene on MGS4 before ending it like midnight.
Yeah, the feature-length intro cutscene to MGS4. The Les Enfants Terribles project, the sons of Big Boss, after he got Ocelot boy preggers are born. I always forget this is a Star Sailor song, the 2000s hitting like a truck, like a freight train. Like, the one thing I will say about this album by Star Sailor, and Star Sailor in general, I think, is that a lot of their songs are sort of like this.
Yeah, this is
like,
this is the very, Star Sailor song.
Exactly. But it is a good song, so it's kind of good that they're all like this. They're all kind of like this. an MGS4 playthrough with anywhere near the level of care and precision that I tried to do this playthrough with, because it's simply, there's no point. Like, it's a lot harder, and you can just shoot your way through a lot of levels. This is the last time they ever play the MGS theme. Yes, this is a very interesting observation, because I think after this it came to light that the composer may have ripped off another composer called Georgy Sviridov. There's a song, a tune, a piece of music he composed called Winter's Road, which is basically just, you listen to it and you're like, oh my god, this is Metal Gear Solid. So yeah, they don't play this tune anymore. Snapper says it pretty bluntly. They ripped it off.
Harry Gregson Williams, bastard.
Has anybody ever told you that your character looks a lot like Merle from Twitter? It's uncanny. Yeah, it's nuts, that is. Like, another Merle to add to the Merle types. The Merle's multiverse. As I was saying to a friend today, there have been a bunch of people on Twitter quote tweeting that tweet and showing me different Merles, and some of them are very funny. One of them I'll show you later, but I don't want to bring it up on screen, but one character someone compared me to, I was just like, oh my
god. Battlefield is basically from the Bond from Russia with Love, and yet Anno cannot stop using that. He even uses it in his other properties like Shin Godzilla. Although
Grozny Grad and the Granin Research Facility have both been wiped out without a trace. I understand, sir, but they were necessary sacrifices. Yes, the CIA has taken care of the boss themselves. I believe the White House will be satisfied. Khrushchev is finished. Your time is finally
these
arrived.
phone calls could be enhanced with a Charlie Brown parent style voice, and he was like, wah, 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 wah,
The American president is relying on us to keep
Fuck,
it
I
real.
want to edit that now.
We've got him by the balls. It should make a valuable trump card in future negotiations. Yes, Chief Director, of course.
See? That's good.
It works. We've got
Yes, it's me.
LBJ by the balls, so we're hanging down around by his ankles somewhere.
Hey.
The boss has accomplished her mission. The philosopher's legacy is now safely with us, in America's hands. With this money, yes, the philosophers can finally be revived. The film we handed the Chinese was a fake. Peking must be in an uproar right about now.
We're raging.
Great so. Only half the money has made it back to the United States. The KGB
This is
must
also
still have
very
one
like
legacy.
first graders' understanding of how money works.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we need
Yes,
to collect it
weapon
all
has
up.
been
The
reduced to
US
ashes.
government needs to kind of fetch all the money from all over the
That's
world.
right.
Fucking print more.
Grozny Grad
Get the
has been
US Mint to
obliterated by the
literally
big
just
crap.
create
I guess
currency.
the Philosopher's Legacy is meant to be a big pile of gold held in Switzerland or
Yes, that was
something.
the
I assume,
too.
giving it the benefit of the doubt, I assume it's like a list of not just
Speaking of which,
money
I've
and
obtained something
accounts.
from Granin
It's
that you
all
might find interesting.
it's all
It's
in
a woman
Bitcoin.
new
Exactly.
tax system.
Yeah.
The Philosopher's
Perhaps it might
Legacy
just come
is
in
the
handy
fucking
someday.
copy of the blockchain.
Mm.
I assume it's like a
Yes,
list of
we have John.
resources and
I mean,
assets
Snakes.
that are
Yeah.
actual.
Khrushchev believed it as well.
It's like GDP essentially,
Yeah, it's like
Yes,
actual
they bought our story. I don't
brick
think
and
they'll make a
mortar
fuss.
institutions and stuff.
The secondary alert has been lifted as well. and the Soviets still haven't discovered my
US
true
government
identity.
running around breaking pots looking for
They
blue
have no
rupees.
idea that I've been triple-crossing them.
Triple crossing.
I will
Triple? Are
continue
you
my
joking?
activities as a contact for the
Double
new
was
government.
already blowing my mind here.
Yes, it appears that no one knew that I was Adam.
I mean, Woodward says it goes on a bit too long.
Of course.
I mean, already
I'm
in
always at the
MGS1, I
CIA's
thought they were
disposal.
stretching it a bit with like, I'm gonna have a phone conversation where I say things just in case someone else is listening, so they can fully understand the conversation as
Yeah.
well. I'm just gonna repeat what you're saying back to me. Yeah, no one could believe. Yeah, what you just said. Yeah, what you just said.
Yeah, that's nuts. There we go. So we got the special rank Tsuchinoko because we had the Tsuchinoko in our inventory. So now if I create a save file and start up that save file, I'll have the infinity face
I love
paint.
the little doodle of a Tsuchinoko.
Yeah, it's so cute. So things I forgot to mention about the Tsuchinoko. The Tsuchinoko is a mythical snake. I think I mentioned that. But one of the interesting things about it is that it's also referred to sometimes as a wheel snake because it is allegedly puts its tail in its mouth and rolls down hills like a wheel. I think tries to roll into people and impale them. Which is very funny, like... That's a fucking crazy way to kill people. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Difficulty normal, playtime 10 hours, save 7 times, continue once, and that was because I fucked up leaving the prison in a timely fashion. Alerts 11, that's not great. Humans 0. We didn't kill anybody.
Nice.
Seriously injured 12 times, took 2 life bars of damage. No life medicine used. No life medicine, Jerry. No life
I
medicine.
ate 21 meals.
I ate 21
A
meals.
full week, baby.
Captured 25 kinds of animals.
The only 3 things I've seen Tsuchinoko in are this, Yu-Gi-Oh! Where Danger Tsuchinoko is a very good card if anyone's running a Danger Dark World deck. Gotta run a Danger Tsuchinoko. And Eccentric Family, the Tsuchinoko Capture Force.
Oh, yeah.
In Season 2.
Does it not count killing the boss? No, because it makes you do that. So it does count if you shoot Volgin to death with the sniper rifle in the final Shagohod boss fight before he gets struck by lightning. Which makes no sense, because you have shot him a load, and he's still alive. But that counts as a kill, if you use the SVD. So you have to use the Mosin Nagant to take him out at the end there. Or, I guess, a Mark 22, but let's be real. You're not hitting him with a Mark 22. But yeah, the Cobras, they all blew themselves up. I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Fools that they
if
are.
you throw a poisonous snake at a guard, and the snake poisons them and kills them, that's the snake's doing, not yours.
Also,
So
they
you don't get
changed
ding for that.
the gun firing button for killing the boss, so that doesn't count. We didn't do that.
That was me fumbling the trigger. I actually was gonna...
I dropped the controller, actually, so...
I was introduced to the Tsuchinoko in Aria of Sorrow. Oh. Yeah, loads of different... I think this was the first time I ever heard about the Tsuchinoko was this game. And I am sort of like... I think it's a very fun little concept. It's a mythical creature rather than a yokai or anything.
Yeah. It's in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Whereas,
Because it's a cryptid, essentially, and alongside, like, Nessie and Chupacabra. But it's, like, the least scary of all the characters that appear, like, in the Danger set. Like, he's just a cute little guy.
Fucking, if it gets
the
rolling down a hill, you're...
The Jackrabbit as well is also very cute, but...
Yeah, Patriot, a camera, green face paint, brown face paint. Yeah, Mugen means infinity. So if you paint that on your face, your guns never run out of ammunition.
Yeah, life pro tip.
So we've got all the national flags face paints. Tuxedo.
Johnny English over here.
DPM and Auscam. I think you get those if you select I Love MGS3 as the start. You start off with those. We've unlocked all the download
Pride
camo.
Month. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, everyone. The rainbow camo down there. I think some of those have special effects as well. The bandage one stops you from getting injured. I think there's one there as well that's like to do with grenades or something. Desert Tiger, Flecton.
Right, that's you.
Okay. Overwrite my save file. There we go. Right, we'll take a short 5-minute intermission to switch over our setup. I want to end the stream and then restart it, because that'll make the video export easier to YouTube.
Sure. So you'll probably tweet it out again just to be like, and we're back with Avengers 4 or whatever.
Yeah, probably. I'll do that. But yeah. So watch this space. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Sure.
Or so.